In February, after confinement in Romania, Andrew and Tristan Tate posted a video to their followers.
We're massively back, massively.
They were in a private plane being whisked to Florida. Since 2022, they had been under criminal investigation in Romania. They had both been accused of trafficking dozens of women into a porn business that they ran. Andrew had also been accused of raping one of those women and of having sex with a 15-year-old. Prosecutors in Romania had prohibited them from leaving the country.
Feel that? It's the feeling of leaving Romania's soil.
This moment is the culmination of years of efforts by the Tates to cozy up to conservative influencers, members of the Trump family, and administration officials. My name's Megan Toohey. I'm an investigative reporter here at the New York Times. My colleague Isabella Quai and I have spent months interviewing dozens of people in Romania, the United States, and Britain. We have reviewed hours and hours of video clips, hundreds of pages of text messages and emails and court documents. And we're able to piece together how the American right helped the Tate brothers get out of Romania. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are major stars in the so-called manosphere.
Welcome to the party, gentlemen. He-Man, woman haters party. It's a man's party.
Andrew is a former professional kickboxer who built a huge online following, preaching unapologetic masculinity and chauvinism.
All of history was built by men, always has been.
If a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman.
He's told his audience that they were victims of feminism, that they've been maligned by the economy and brainwashed by the media.
You are now full slave mode, and that's all they want. So you will continue to work your shit job for shit money.
He and his brother have gained millions and millions of followers. They sell online courses to young men about how to make money and how to exploit women. That included this PhD program, short for Pimping Hose Degree. They share what they say they've learned in pushing their girlfriends into making online sexual content for paying customers.
It's not just about picking up girls, it's about converting them into really loving you enough to moving in with you and working for you and giving you all the money.
The brothers, who have both American and British citizenship, started this porn business over a decade ago in Britain. In 2015, Andrew was arrested 3 times after multiple women accused him of assault. And while prosecutors eventually declined to bring charges, the investigation prompted Andrew to leave Britain. Andrew said that he thought that they'd be better served in Romania.
It's a little bit lawless, you know? You can get away with shit you can't get away with in the West.
Eventually, the brothers get banned from several of the biggest social media platforms, only to find new homes on Rumble, a site that was backed by J.D. Vance's venture capital firm, and Getter, a right-wing site. And then things really explode. In December 2022, the brothers are arrested in Romania. They had been under criminal investigation for several months after a complaint that an American citizen had been held by them against her will. The brothers are charged with organizing a criminal group and trafficking 7 women into their porn business. And Andrew is also accused of raping one of those women. And later, prosecutors in Britain would bring charges of trafficking and rape against Andrew and Tristan. These additional charges that have been authorized will move forward once the Romanian case is complete. Through our reporting, we also found that the Tates have been quietly under investigation here in the United States by anti-trafficking agents and federal prosecutors. Andrew and Tristan Tate deny all allegations. While all of this is happening, they're building more and more powerful allies in the United States. In 2017, as Andrew tells it, he did a tweet in support of Donald Trump, and soon Andrew and Don Jr. had connected at Trump Tower.
The president's son, he made me a coffee. Like, he's a cool dude.
And this support and this relationship continues through 2023. When Andrew and his brother are placed under house arrest, Don Jr. sends out a tweet of support. By that point, the Tates had hired Joseph McBride, this attorney who had come to prominence representing Trump supporters accused of insurrection on January 6th. And McBride pitches his new client to conservative host Tucker Carlson, who travels to Romania and conducts a lengthy interview with Andrew in his mansion.
I mean, I was sympathetic to you already, but, a man's accused of human trafficking. It's worth finding out what he's accused of.
The Tucker Carlson interview gets more than 112 million views. This is a key turning point. Soon, other high-profile conservatives are defending the Tates.
When I see some of these videos and I see conservatives assigning real meaning to you saying stuff that is just so obviously content for young boys.
Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan stand for the same things that I stand for.
These relationships are mutually beneficial. These conservatives are tapping into Tate's audience to expand their reach and connect with a demographic that is crucial to the president's re-election campaign.
Listening to him with Tucker for an hour and a half, 2 hours, it clicked. Okay, now I see why he's popular.
And by 2024, Barron Trump is also a fan. Barron hosts a dinner at Mar-a-Lago for several prominent conservative influencers. One of them was Justin Waller, who has helped the Tates run their businesses and says that he's widely seen as the third brother. Waller told me that Barron admired the Tates, and he said that he and Barron called Andrew together and discussed the Tates case. When we reached out for comment, McBride called our reporting on the relationship between Andrew and Barron fake news. So the Tates are building up a lot of support here in the United States. And after Trump is reelected, some of those supporters have even more power and influence than they did before. Paul Ingrassia, who had once served on the Tate's legal team, is now the White House liaison to the Justice Department. He had called Andrew Tate an extraordinary human being and a target of the deep state and the satanic elite. Alina Habba, who had served as a personal lawyer to Trump, was now a counselor to the president. She appeared on a podcast with Andrew in January.
We need strong, powerful voices like yours, and I got your back over here.
And this man, Richard Grenell, a special diplomatic envoy for Trump, discussed the Tate's case with at least 2 Romanian officials. Our reporting found that one of those discussions took place last December at Mar-a-Lago with an advisor to the Romanian Prime Minister. Ponta told us that he had discussed the Tate's case with Grenell. He then backpedaled and said they had not discussed the case. The other discussion was with Romania's foreign minister at a conference in Munich in February. In a statement to the Times, Grenell said it was the foreign minister who raised the issue of the Tates. His statement did not address the Mar-a-Lago conversation. The public support from some of these allies set off alarm bells in Romania. Officials at the American embassy in Romania told us that they feared what would happen if their bosses in Washington instructed them to release new passports to the Tates in violation of the Romanian criminal justice system. It didn't come to that, but an extraordinary order came down from the highest levels of the Romanian government. On February 26th, Andrew sent a text message to someone close to him that we reviewed. He had been made aware that he was going to be released. He wrote, "I have very detailed instructions from the Americans about crossing borders, phones, passports, etc. I can't say more. This goes into instant effect." The next day, the Tates file a request that prosecutors lift their travel bans and return their passports. We spoke to sources who spoke to us on the condition of anonymity, who told us that the prosecutors did not want to do this. But the prime minister believed that lifting the travel bans would appease the Trump administration. He did not respond to requests for comment. In the early hours of February 27th, The brothers were driven to a private plane.
No one has ever been more back than we just got.
At the time, we asked McBride, their lawyer, whether the Trump administration had anything to do with their release. And he didn't answer the question directly, but he said, quote, "Do the math. These guys are on the plane." Once they're back in the United States, the Tates are filming themselves partying in Miami, looking at apartments in New York, hobnobbing with Kanye West in Los Angeles. But they weren't welcomed by all. There were some conservatives who spoke out against them upon their arrival. Some said that they undermined traditional conservative values. Other people likened the allegations against them to the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein. Through all of this, it's becoming clear that there is a rift on the right. Trump says he knew nothing about it.
I know nothing about that. You're saying he's on a plane right now?
An official with the White House said it is not involved in anything related to the Tates' legal matters. In March, they returned to Romania for a court date and have not come back. Shortly after they left, one of Andrew's former girlfriends accused him of assaulting her when they reunited during his visit. She said that when they had sex, he had beaten her and choked her to near unconsciousness, which he denies.